Kent Police's use of force at the climate camp near Kingsnorth has been labelled incomprehensible by the local MP. Medway's Bob Marshall-Andrews held talks last night with police about his concerns. He's been to the camp and says he's never felt less threatened by the protesters. The Kent Force says it's committed to policing lawful protests and won't hesitate to enforce the law where necessary. So far, there have been around a dozen arrests with various items confiscated. Matt Mason from the camp isn't happy.
Environmentalists, nobody here has any intention or agenda of wanting to harm or even to jeopardise the safety of anybody, the police, the E.ON workers, or any of us.
Right, let's talk to Danny in Gravesend. Hello, Danny.
Hello, John. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not
Good,
bad.
Yeah.
All this demonstration stuff down at
Kingsnorth.
Kingsnorth, yeah.
Are you heading down there yourself?
Nah, I don't work too far away, but I've got to say there are a lot of police presence. But
Yeah.
I mean, these guys saying they're going to break in. First of all, I want to say, is it Paul or Peter? Come on.
Peter, yeah, from Folkestone.
Yeah, absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Because, well, again, I mean, whether the government, these protesters are protesting, the government are going to go ahead with it anyway. So what on earth are they trying to protest against? It's a natural thing that's going on anyway. If you go back into the scientists and when they've done all these tests out in the Atlantic and stuff, I mean, it's just a turnaround again.
Danny, I'll say the same to you as I said to Peter. I'm not telling you. I don't know the answer to this. But all I've done is done a bit of research, and the vast majority of scientists who study this think that, man, he's having an effect, and we have got to reverse it. That's what they tell. Now, they're the scientists, not me.
Yeah, most scientists are all Google anyway.
Well, it might be. Yes.
And they're all paid by the governments.
Well, I don't think that's quite true, but I don't think
it ain't far true, John.
Okay, well, I don't think.
And the other thing is, if the government want to go ahead with it, they will. So, and the other point is, just guys come on, this protester saying that he's going to break into Kingsnorth and do this and do that. I would have him arrested and put inside.
I'm not sure you can for that, but I take your point. Yes, whether that is an offence in itself to say you're going to do something.
John, if I was to say to you, I'm going to come down and do something bad to you in your studio,
yes,
I'm sure that is against the law. It's
well, I think threatening. Yes, I think if you threaten an individual, it probably is. But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't.
Company.
No, you might be right.
Shut that down.
Yes,
and I would have him put inside and for it. I just wouldn't accept it.
Maybe the issue is that not one they haven't got this line from an individual. It's come from the camp itself that they're going.
No, he actually come on.
Did he? Okay.
He come on to your station and said they were going to break in and shut it down. Now, I would have whipped him straight out, and he would have been arrested and put inside.
Okay, well,
and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's just a waste of our money, your money, the taxpayers' money, because they're not going to get nowhere.
No, you're right. If the government want to build the,
they will do it.
It's
the same as the airport in Cliff. That will happen. Believe you me.
Will it?
That will happen.
I thought that has been shelved, hasn't it?
No, John, it will happen. They're not doing all this infrastructure around Kent and all this bypasses for nothing. They're not.
I thought that was Thames Gateway.
Believe you me. Well, yeah, it's all part of it, and it will happen.
Okay.
It will happen.
Well, you heard it first. Danny reckons they will build an airport at Cliff, if they want to. Paul in Mason. Hello, Paul.
Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
Jolly good. I just thought I'd let you know that I'm on benefits and I'm a protester.
You're going down to the climate camp?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, I'm just a silent protester. I think those people, as I said to your guy Matt there, the researcher, I think if they've got the I don't know what the right word is, the guts, I suppose I could use.
Gumption?
Gumption, yes, a nice word.
Yes,
if they've got the gumption to actually put up their fight and have a valid cause, I mean, I totally agree with them. I think there's...
But do you think their cause is valid? Because this morning we seem to be discussing whether or not climate change is affected by what man does.
Well, I for one think it is. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, I tend to agree with scientists, but I can't believe that anything that we do to the environment by way of burning things and sending things into the atmosphere, I can't see that we're doing any good at all.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock, I'm Justin Stacey. With a major protest planned for the weekend, relations between Kent Police and environmental campaigners camped out near the Kingsnorth power plant are growing increasingly frosty. The Kent Force have made several arrests and seized knives and makeshift weapons since protesters began arriving at the climate camp. The campaigners say the police are being heavy-handed and intimidating. One of John's roles at the camp is to chop wood.
I'd much rather have a sharp axe, but the police are being just so deliberately difficult and provocative that, I feel my hands and fingers at risk from having to use a small blunt axe. We haven't got anything to sharpen them with, because they've been just taking away all sorts of tools like files and sharpening stones, So we are struggling on, trying to be positive, but it'd just be nice without all this deliberate obstruction.